Once you've mastered these, you've pretty much nailed it. What's up designers, Mark Roberts here, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at 5 insanely underestimated tools in Illustrator to make your design lives easier. Many of the tools in Illustrator sit there unused. As designers, we tend to use the same tools over and over again as what we're most comfortable with. Today we're going to unearth some of Illustrator's deepest, darkest secrets. Before we go all Indiana Jones on this, smash that subscribe button. We post new videos every Wednesday helping you become a better designer. Let me know in the comments below what your favourite tool in Illustrator is. Let's get started. The first tool that we're going to look at is the Shape Builder tool. The Shape Builder tool works in a very similar way to the Pathfinder tool, but it's a lot easier to use. So I'm just going to draw out a couple of shapes now so I can show you how it actually works. So I'm just going to draw out a square, and I'm just going to draw out a circle, but I'm just going to give it a bright colour so we can see it. So what you'd typically be using is the Pathfinder. So it's that function over here, and you've got all of these where you can minus front, unite them, intersect, but sometimes it's difficult to work out which of the Pathfinder options to use. But using the Shape Builder tool, which is this tool over here, or Shift M on the keyboard, you see you now get these grey overlays on the shapes. And what this allows you to do is to cut out or add shapes together. So when you've got the plus there, if you draw through two shapes, it adds them together. If you Alt and click, it minuses those from the shape. So if you're looking for some intricate work, it can be a lot quicker than using the Pathfinder tool and a lot more accurate. The next tool that we're going to use is Recolor Artwork. Recolor Artwork allows us to recolor our artwork quickly. Normally you would have to go and select each colour and recolor it to suit, but Recolor Artwork allows us to do that quickly and more efficiently. So to demonstrate this, I'm just going to duplicate this illustration that I've got here. And what we're going to want to do is, if we select everything that we want to recolor, and then we come up to Recolor Artwork in the menu bar up here, we'll bring up this dialog box. As you can see, it lists all the colours in the artwork in here, and it could be quite time consuming to go through and change each of these colours manually. So using this, we can come over to edit, and for this I'm going to lock the colours so they're all in harmony with each other. And then what we can do in here is drag these round to suit, and depending on the artwork, it might take a little bit of time to do. But as you can see, it quickly allows you to recolor the artwork by just dragging these around. You can fine tune some of them a little further by moving each individual one. Overall, it allows you to quickly manipulate the colors so you can recolor your artwork quickly to get it back out to those clients. The next tool that we're going to look at is the Freeform Gradient tool. The Freeform Gradient allows us to make more fluid gradients rather than the standard left to right or radial gradients that we're normally used to in Illustrator. So I'm just going to draw out a circle and add a gradient to it. Once you've got a gradient added, the Freeform Gradient is this option here. Once you click on it, it'll add additional points into the artwork, which are actually swatches. Each of these you can click on and edit the colours. And using the Freeform Gradient tool, you can actually create some cool dimension to your piece. So this is a recent project I've completed using the Freeform Gradient tool. Let me just come into this a little bit further for you. And then if I just click on Edit Gradient, you can see how we've plotted some points with various colours to create the three-dimensional effect to the mark. Doing it this way was a lot easier than manually adding the gradient, or using colour overlays. Allows you to create a three-dimensional effect really quickly, really easily, and it's really useful. So the next tool that we're going to look at is Export for Screens, and I'm actually going to use the same document that we've just been looking at to demonstrate this, but it's highly useful if you're wanting a quick way to export your logo designs. As you can see here, I've got my logo designs on individual artboards with the different colorways. And what we can do is if we come up to File, Export for Screens, we'll get this dialog box, and what it'll do is it'll allow us to export each of the artboards individually. We can rename them so we've got names that match the file, and then what we can do is we can set a destination to export to and the formats that we want to do, so we can add in PNG, JPEG, SVG, PDF, and once we've got everything that we want in here, we can click export artboards, and that will compile a folder with each of the scales, each of the formats in, so there's no messing around. It's just quick and easy to get the files back out. The final tool that we're going to look at is one of the Swatch Libraries. To get to the Swatch Libraries, we're going to go to Window, Swatch Libraries, and the ones we're going to look at are under Patterns, Basic Graphics, and then we're going to look at the dots, lines, and textures. Once we click on one of those, it'll bring up one of these panels here, and each of these have sets of graphics in that we can include in our artwork. I'm just going to draw out a circle here to demonstrate these. And if I just flick through a couple, you can see there's quite a range of patterns and textures. I often use these for backgrounds in some of my illustrations. If we've got something that we like, but it looks too small, it looks too big, we can actually use the scale transformation here, the scale tool. So using the S on the keyboard, and then if we hit enter, that brings up the scale window. If we make sure we've got transform objects disabled and just transform patterns enabled, that allows us to just scale the pattern inside of our shape. So if we're adding this to our artwork, if we're adding it as a texture, or if we're just adding it as a background, we can scale it to suit, and because they're all vector, they won't lose their resolution. There we have it, 5 insanely underestimated tools in Illustrator to make your design life easier. Thanks for watching, designers. If you like this video, smash that subscribe button, give it a like, and also don't forget to ring that notification bell so you get notified every time we post a new video. What's up, designers? Matt Roberts here, welcome back to the channel.
Pump, pump.